Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4-player free-for-all match on the map All That Glitters. I'm starting in the bottom right position playing as the Soviets. Now this game was under the name My Little Pony, so it was under my troll name, but I was playing it seriously. My next troll video is going to be released on Friday, so do watch out for that if that's something that interests you. And so on the map that All That Glitters, in the bottom right position is sort of an awkward position to play from. And the reason for that is because of just the entrance to where you get the ore from. It's very narrow and it just puts you in ore truck in a very awkward position, and I probably would have actually preferred that ore refinery to be slightly to the right. So it's not a great start from that perspective. And you can just see, the only good thing about it, I would guess, is the defensive. It's quite easy to stop scouts getting into your base, and it is better than having a middle position as well. I will give it that. And we're doing a 10k start, so it's going to be a double war factory start, and I am going to be building plenty of ore trucks to start with. In free-for-all matches you can be a little bit risky with that, so that's exactly what I'm going to be. And you can see a green scout coming in there, but this shouldn't get through. And we managed to destroy him, so I'll just put that a little bit further down. Sometimes you have to be a little bit careful. And there's a couple of scouts coming in there also. So there are some decent plays in this matchup. And I'm just selling that barracks because I don't really, not going to be using it much. Or I will be screwed, I guess, if there's an infantry rush. But that's very, very rare on this map, but it does happen occasionally. Anyway, what you can see is I need to micro my ore trucks here. And the reason the micro in the ore trucks is so important is so not only will the ore trucks go a long way from where your ore refinery is, if you do let them, but you also need a good placement of your next ore refineries. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm getting... I'm just getting ideal placement for my next ore refinery, and you can see I'm building a third ore refinery, which I'm also going to be trying to micro my ore trucks to get a better placement of that as well. So you can see, now after I get this third ore refinery, that's probably when my ore supply is going to boom a little bit, so I will be able to build more war factories, although it's still not as great from this position as maybe if I was playing some other positions. And yeah, you can see that's a decent position as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to building my third war factory, and I will be needing to direct some of my ore trucks to that third ore refinery. I'm just having a quick look around to see if I can see my enemies, because it was a 4-player, I was expecting there to be someone in the top right, and it doesn't appear that anyone's there, so I'm just wondering where they are. I'm guessing one of the players must be in the middle, because there is 4 of us. So we'll need to watch out for that. And you can see that I needed to micro my ore trucks a little bit better there, just to get a good placement of my war factory. You sort of want that war factory to be at the front, but you don't want it to be too much in the way of the other ore trucks getting to the ore refinery. Yeah, and you can see how the economy is pretty good at the moment. I'm probably not going to... It's not probably as good as it would have been if I was from another starting position, because usually you have quite a bit and it's easily enough to sustain 4 war factory. Well, when you get your 4th war factory, what I usually do is I build 2 ore trucks, just to help with that, with collecting that ore and keeping that 4th war factory going. So you can see I'm just going to stop building those tanks. I'm going to build 2 more ore trucks, and then I'm going to be getting another ore refinery. But I'm going to get these tanks out. Now, what a lot of people will go for in this map, and I will at some point, is to go for construction yards. But I think that's very dangerous for early on. And what I like to do is just to go on a little bit of an attack earlier on. Just because I think if you go for those construction yards and you do get attacked reasonably early, it does usually lead to you being in a weak position. So we're going to go on the attack now. I've got another ore refinery up as well, and you can see my ore is booming a little bit, mainly because I'm not actually building any tanks, so we'll sort that out. And now we're going to go. We can see Bloodletter up there with his yellow heavy tanks. And let's see how this fight goes. He hasn't seemed to notice me now, but I think he has now. And let's see how much he's got. It looks like we've got the better force for the moment. We'll have to see if he's actually invested in construction yards early, because this doesn't seem to be such a great force. And it looks like we definitely have the upper hand, and we'll also be able to destroy some economy if he can't get many tanks out. He has a few tanks further back, but this looks to be pretty straightforward for the time being. And what we're doing is a mix of destroying tanks and destroying buildings, because you can see he has got a fast tank building speed, because there are tanks definitely building up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to try and keep on applying this pressure. We are on 4 war factory production, so we will be producing tanks very, very quickly. You can see at the moment we're on about equal tank numbers, but I don't think he's going to be able to. But now that we've destroyed another war factory, that's 2 war factories down, we should be out producing him by a lot. And you can see us getting rid of those tanks, and there's not much he can do at the moment. You can see he's got that ore refinery, but it's just getting surrounded by loads and loads of ore trucks, and there's nothing bloodletter can do at this point in time. And I think he's trying to go for maybe a dive on our base just to do a little bit of damage. We'll destroy that construction yard. You can see he's got 2 war factories in there, and he's quit from the game, because I was going to have to go back there but use those tanks to help defend. But bloodletter is out, so that is a big win for me, because what that means is my side of the map is clear, and now what I can do is I can start focusing on building construction yards. And you can just see I've deleted that, I've sold that ore refinery, which was furthest from the back, because I don't really want ore trucks to be travelling that far back anymore. I'm also going to be getting a radar dome up, so I can see what's going on in different parts of the map. And you can see some of my construction yards are coming out now. I probably should have changed where they were coming from, but what I'm doing is I'm starting to put them at the back of my base. Just because there's some room there, and I'll get that radar dome up. And now what will be happening is I'll be able to build buildings a lot faster. And you can see how clear some of the ore patches are around my base. So I'm going to have some space there as well to place some additional construction yards. And and that radar dome's already coming in useful, because what I can see is I can see some green tanks on that radar dome. So green is getting possibly ready to make an attack, and you can see green there being really aggressive with those tanks. But I've got much better numbers at this point on the map, so I'll be able to take them out no problem. And we can see he's trying to build an additional base in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, because I don't really want him that close to me, and also I don't want him to be expanding too much. So we're taking out that base. He's sold up, and he's going to go back home. Of course, I think he'll be much stronger back at his base, and you can see me there getting additional bases where bloodletter was originally. And that's the thing, if you take out opponents which are close by, you can sort of like take their base for your own. And now we're going to sort of look at putting on some pressure. And I'm just getting that large power plant. Get a couple of those there, because it's quite very important that we keep up with this tank production. And you can see my economy is just about managing at the moment. We do have 5 war factories producing, so that is an awful lot to keep going, and it takes an awful lot of ore, and it's really important that we start building up there. And you can see that ore truck coming in there. He could have redirected that. But it is quite hard when you get these sprawling bases on this map. It is quite hard to keep track of where all your ore trucks are going, and which ore refineries your ore trucks are going to. But we can see there, green is bringing some tanks to the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we get some tanks just to defend that position. We do need to be careful with tank positioning in this game. And what we don't want is a situation where there's a bigger tank attack from the bottom, and then all of our tanks are out of position, because you can see green does have a big army there. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to go on the attack now against Green's army there, while he's focusing on other things at the bottom of the map. We do have a Tesla coil there just to defend a little bit, and I've also now got another war factory, so I think that's my 6th war factory. So my tank production is going to be very, very fast. So making use of that outer base expansion that I've done. And you can see this is a battle with green. You can see green is not moving too much, but he has got a large number of tanks and he's bringing in reinforcements from the top. So there's 4 tanks, and even though there's only 4, it seems like he's got the upper hand. So it looks like I'm going to have to maybe pull back for a bit. And I'm just trying to position my tanks in a smart position so I can kill a lot of tanks without hopefully losing too much. It's a good thing I have so many war factories, because I am going to really need all the tanks I can get. And you see he's got the upper hand for the moment. And I'm going to be building that 7th war factory. So my tank production will be quite crazy, and I really am going to need it. And you can see I'm quite surprised actually. Green seems to hang back a bit. I thought he would, while he's got the momentum, I thought he would go on the attack, but it seems he's hanging back. And I've got another war factory there. So that's my 8th war factory, but I don't think my economy is quite in a position yet to handle that. So I'm going to need to build some more ore refineries. But you can see now green on the mini-map, he looks to be on the move. So we'll have to see on where he's deciding to go to. While I'm just delivering some ore refineries. And I can also see some movement at the bottom of the map. So we'll see if he's deciding to do an attack from that position. And you can just see I'll probably get another Tesla coil in that area. Although Tesla coils are somewhat effective, but they're not effective against large numbers of tanks unless you've got like 1 million of them. Right, so we have to see now. Now, we've probably got the numbers actually to go into a fight again. Because the thing is, green he's split his tanks into little groups. So it doesn't make it easier for us to fight groups one at a time. And we'll just have to see, because I think he might go for the attack along the bottom. So I am going to need to be careful of that. But you can see now we're seeming to be able to get the upper hand on this group. I'm building a 9th war factory. I think it's a 9th war factory. I've probably lost count. All I know is I do have a lot of war factories. Let's put it like that. And you can see actually some of my tanks were stuck back there. So I'm going to need to sort of release them. Yeah, he's going to destroy some of my war factories here. But we'll have to see how far his tanks... You can see those Tesla coils not doing much at all. And now we're going for the fight. So it depends. How much damage can he do to my base? And we're also... We've got some of our tanks in his base as well. So it's sort of like a... Yeah, absolute free-for-all in each other's base. And yeah, I'm just focusing on getting some of those main buildings down. Destroying his economy. Doing exactly what he's doing to me. And it looks like we're going to be able to get those main ore refineries down. I just have to be careful I don't lose too much of my base. And we also have to remember there is another player in this game. So I do need to be really, really careful. And now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to focus a bit back at home. I think I've lost some of those ore trucks that I was trying to build. And you can see he's building some Tesla now. But we're just going to clear up these... those ones in my base. And you can see I've still got my 3 construction yards at the back. And that's... helped me a little bit, and we'll have to see if he's able to get that down, but it's looking like we're going to be able to clear up there. And because we've got multiple construction yards, we are going to be able to build up reasonably quickly. I don't suppose we'll have lost too many, and you can see we've got those sort of like hidden right at the top of the map. So that's that has hurt us quite a little bit, and you can see we're really stacking up this ore. I probably actually should have built a war factory there. Because our tank building speed has been reduced dramatically. But so has green. They've had a lot of damage produced also. And yeah, we're going to get another war factory being produced. But you can see we've managed to build up a decent tank mass. And we're just getting out those additional war factories. And I'll also deploy that construction yard there. And you can see we've got a pretty big tank mass fighting green at his base. He does have Tesla behind this, but I think our tank numbers are sufficient to warrant this. And we will destroy the Tesla as we can, because tanks and Tesla are strong. And all I'm doing is trying to like continue my base development while I'm fighting this battle. But you can see now those tanks are too much. He's got too many coming in, and I'm going to need to pull back. So at the end of the day, it was probably a little bit too much, and I shouldn't have engaged in that. So we're pulling back, but it looks like green's on the chase now. And yeah, we're going to start having a fight here. You can see he's got a decent number of tanks, but I've still got a decent number of tanks, and I've been able to build those war factories back up. And you can see I've got like ore trucks all over the map, and now that I've expanded to the top part, my economy is just going to grow stronger and stronger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up further up the map and attack his base from a different angle, because it's just too well defended, that position. He's got too many Tesla coils there, and it's just sort of like a bit like suicide trying to go for the attack. And now you can see him trying to attack different parts of my base. I do have to be careful though. I don't want to take too many tanks to that part. That's the thing, you need to keep tanks back to defend the different parts of the base. Because yeah, you can see he's trying to move them around and do as much damage as possible. So we're just placing Tesla coils at different places. So if he does have small numbers of tanks, that they can't destroy those small outer bases, because they're really, really important for my economy. And what we've done is we've found out this base here, and it doesn't look like it's as well protected as the other bases, and so we're going on the attack. And now you can see green is struggling a little bit with this base here, because we do have the better tank numbers, it appears, for the time being. And I don't think he's expanded out as much as me, so my economy is going to be much stronger at this point. So I've managed to now recover from that attack earlier on, where I did lose a little bit too much. Oh, and we saw a bit of Cyan there. Cyan, I think, was coming in for the attack, but then he saw me and thought, oh, I'll leave them to it. We'll have to be careful, though, because we'll have to see how strong Cyan really is, because we haven't seen much of Cyan at all in this game. I suppose if he was going to attack anyone, though, it would be green, because I'm at like the other opposite side of the map to Cyan. And you can see it looks like green is now trying to go on the attack. So I'm going to try and build up my numbers here and defend this position. I've just noticed how much of the ore is gone from my side of the map, so I am going to have to try and finish this reasonably soon. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to get things from places like Cyan's base, and we're getting a couple of Tesla coils down just to help with that defense. And you can see it doesn't look like he's going to get any tanks through there. He's got some tanks back here, and now he's pulling back. And yeah, obviously as time goes on, and I've just noticed my ore collection is absolutely crazy. I've got an absolute massive stack of ore, so I've got plenty of ore to keep on building tanks for the time being. And now we're going to this well-defended area, but the difference this time is that he doesn't have many tanks left. It doesn't appear anyway, so we're going to have to... This could be a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take at this point in the game. We've managed to destroy a couple of those Tesla coils. We're just trying to get rid of some of that tank mass, and we'll go and get rid of the other couple of Tesla coils. You can see them going down, and then there's not much to defend. It's looking very good for us at the moment, and it doesn't look like green's going to be able to defend, and we're going to be able to push back. And I'm just wondering if he's getting attacked by Cyan at the other side of because I did see some movement around there. And you can see, I think this is good game for green. There's no way he's going to be able to defend this, although Cyan has got the attack on me, actually, in this part of the map. So I'll just get a Tesla coil out there, so I can stop those ore trucks being lost. And yeah, you can see those Tesla coils will make short work of those two medium tanks. And there you can see that green is out of the game, saying nice teaming before he left. But now we're going to go for the attack on Cyan. We have to see what Cyan's got left. Does he have? He could have a massive army. He might not. We don't know. We don't know how well defended his base is. And wow, this is unusual, let's say. So he seems to have a sort of like hill with a whole load of rocket launchers, a whole load of rocket men, Tesla coils and stuff. I have to say, I've never actually seen this before. Yeah, this is pretty crazy, actually. Yeah. I don't really know how to attack that. You can see he's got a lot of tanks there in the back as well. So we're going to go for the attack on Cyan. Right, let's see how we can go around this. We're attacking his main base, well, sort of his main base. He's got a load of rocket launchers there. He's got a load of heavy tanks there. He's got a lot of Tesla on that hill. And we'll have to see how it holds out. You can see how the massive number of tanks I've got at this point in time. And we're just pushing forward. Let's see if we can get through this. And I'm just thinking I'm going to have to be producing rocket launchers, because that'd be much more effective in this position compared to just heavy tanks, because there's a lot of buildings there, there's a lot of Tesla there, and it does hurt tanks quite a bit. This is just like I don't know, I've never seen this before, this sort of defense on this game. So it's kind of crazy. And we're just going to try and take out some of those Tesla coils. But you can see I had a huge army, and my army is just evaporating, really. And that's what happens, I guess, when you've got like loads of Tesla. And now I'm going to actually have to pull back. And you can see I've got my my missile launchers there and ready, and I'm just bringing my wounded tanks back to where my base is. And you can see now Cyan's going on the attack, and I don't know if I've made a big mistake here, actually. I might have underestimated it. I just dived in without thinking about the consequences, and we're going to need to pull back because Cyan looks to be going to attack my base, and I'm going to need to hope I can just defend this. You can see I've got a lot of missile launchers, which are probably not the best thing when you're going into a battle like this. They'll do a lot of damage, but they will fall apart very easily. A whole load of heavy tanks would have been more preferable at this stage. You can see, though, I am building some Tesla, and I think I'm fortunately going to be able to hold this because I do have such quick production from my war factories. And you can see Cyan, the counter is not going to quite work. But it was a good effort, and it was an amazing defence there. I've never actually seen a defence like it. So, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Now, coming back to the point, because I think this match is going to be pretty obvious how this is going to go. I think Green, though, saying it was nice. He did say nice teaming, but at the start of the game, what I did is I defeated the opponent closer to me, who was Bloodletter. And Green didn't defeat the opponent on his side of the map. And I think if you decide to just work on economy and just huddle in your base and work on improving that and don't defeat the opponents around you in a free-for-all match, you are more likely to get multiple opponents attacking you later on. So I think it was more of a tactical mistake from Green there. I think what he should have done is at the start of the game, when I was fighting the person on my side of the map, he should have also gone for the person on his side of the map as well. And then, if he'd done that, okay, he may have not been able to build up as quickly. He may not have had as good economy early on, because I think he did have the upper hand at some points in that match. But if he had gone for Cyan and take him out, that would have removed the chance of people teaming on him. Because if you think about it, who's Cyan going to attack? Is he going to go to right to the other side of the map to attack me? Or is he going to attack the opponent on his side of the map, which was Green? And I think when you look at it that way, the answer is pretty obvious. I think the only person who was in a real bad position actually was Bloodletter, because, I mean, it didn't get to that point, but if he had gone to late game, he was sort of like in the middle there, and he would have been attacked from like all different angles. But anyway, as you can see, now Cyan is selling up, and that, yeah, it was a pretty good game. Certainly a lot of building, a lot of tanks produced in that game, and yeah, quite a lot of what Free-for-All has to offer. Anyway, on Friday I will be doing my troll game, which this is on Destruction Derby. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.